What's up, everybody? Alex D'Angelo here, and welcome back for another ceiling fan video. We're in for a special video today because you remember I'm in my sunroom right now, and you remember how there were the two Harbor Breeze Centervilles in here at one point? Well, not anymore. Yes, guys, I put up two new fans in this room. I put up two Hunter low-profile ceiling fans, both from 2000 in here. I got these both off of Marketplace for 25 bucks actually for both of them. So do the math, it's probably about $12.50 per fan. Yeah, so I got these in the Austin area like a few months ago. I'm pretty sure I got these like a few months ago. Like it's definitely was a while ago when I got these. So I got these around the time that we first got the place, and they've been in storage for a while, but since we finally decided that we don't want the Centervilles in here anymore because the one that was in the back there, where that one is, kept scraping on the housing, and it made way too much of a buzzing noise, a vibration noise. So and they weren't really pushing that much air, even on the highest speeds. So I decided to replace them with these low profiles. Like I said, these both are from the year 2000. They say so on the tag on top of the motor housing. These are nice fans. I really like them. The blades on both of them are reversible from white to a bleached oak side, which I will show you real quick. Got washed bleached oak on the other side of the blades. The lights that are on them are not original. They did not come with lights. They both just had the generic Hunter switch caps on them when I first got them. I got these from the Austin area from a lady who was trying to sell her house and was trying to modernize it up a little bit. So she took these down and put new ones up. And again, getting them both for only 25 bucks is definitely a steal for both of these. So yeah, I will go, enough rambling, at least for now. I'll go ahead and demonstrate them both. Start off with the lights. They're both Hampton Bay lights from Home Depot that I got from Home Depot. I got two of them. They both came with these LED lights and these kind of ugly shades, if I'm being honest. In the future, I'm definitely gonna, when I have some more money saved up, I'm gonna go back to Home Depot and see if they have different glass that suits these fans a little bit better. But you know, they're functional lights. So, and as you can see, I took the Harbor Breeze pendants off of the Centervilles and just put them on here, just to save some money. But yeah, so lights work good on both of these. Turn them off. And we'll start them off on low. As you can see on both of these fans, the blades are kind of mangled. And also, unfortunately, for some reason, no matter which way I put the lights on, one of the sockets was always going to be in the way of the pull chain for the fan, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. But yeah, these are both relatively quiet fans. There's no vibration noise or anything. There's not a loud humming coming from either of them. They're actually extremely quiet. In my opinion, these fans are definitely upgrades compared to the Centervilles, and I really like them in here. They do both have one glaring issue, and you'll see that when we get to the higher speeds. You'll see that in a sec. But low speed, they're both pretty good. They don't really push that much air on low, but again, they're huggers, so they're hugger mount fans, so generally speaking, you're not really going to feel that much of a breeze on low. And also, one thing to point out is that obviously this room has no ventilation in it. There's no air vents or anything because this room was a last-minute addition. You know, whenever this house was built, and obviously, I'm not really a big fan of, as you can see, the material of the walls and the ceiling. I'm not really that much of a fan of. Also, these fans are not installed on fan-rated boxes. There is no box in the ceiling for either of these fans. They are mounted straight to the ceiling, which I know everyone's going to comment saying, like, that's very dangerous, you should definitely fix that. I know, trust me, that's something I definitely eventually want to get done to this room. Unfortunately, that's my parents' decision. They have to figure out, you know, because they eventually would want to get this room redone. So eventually, that's something that would be in the works. So, plus these fans are definitely heavier than the Centerville, so that's definitely also a concern there. But anyways, bringing it up to medium now. They have the tiniest hum ever on medium, but they're really not that bad at all. The blades do make some vibration noise a little bit on one of them. I don't know which one, but I think it's the one in the foreground here. They do move air on medium though. Both of them do. Yeah. All right, and now I'm gonna put them both on high. I'm only gonna show them on high for a brief minute because I said the blades are mangled. They are very much out of balance. All right, so we'll put this one on high. As you can see, it's gonna start to wobble, relatively speaking. Like I said, they're far from balanced. And I'll put this one on high. One thing I did try to do to at least the one in the foreground is I did use a balancing kit on the one in the foreground. Because it wobbled so uncontrollably. It wobbled so uncontrollably that the fan was almost unsafe to run on high. So thankfully I had a balancing kit in my garage. I had a balancing kit in my garage that I ended up using. Unfortunately, because they wobble, they both kind of make like a wobbling sound, like a shaking sound. Like I said, it took, with the one in the foreground, do you know how many, it took me like so long to figure out how to balance it enough to where it was safe to run on high. Like, I had to do so many trials with the clip that comes with the balancing kit. It was, oh my god, it was such a pain. And I ended up using 2 weights that it came with on blades that are directly opposite with each other. So, and it made it good enough to where I could actually run on high and not feel like it's gonna fall. And either way, it probably would be more stable on a fan-rated box. If I'm being honest, it probably would be more stable on a fan-rated box, but again, that's not gonna be able to happen for a while. But they both move a lot of air. They both move a lot of air, and definitely are major improvements airflow-wise compared to the Centervilles, without a doubt. Yeah, they both make that wobbling sound. This one's not as bad as this. Well, they're both not that bad. But yeah, thankfully the balancing kit really helped with this one. it was far worse than this. This one was so much worse before I used the balancing kit. So now at least they're safe to run on high for now. They're probably not going to be on high like all the time, just because no one's really in this room all that much, but eventually we're going to have guests staying here later on this year. So I wanted to make sure there were fans in here that kicked the air around way more than the Centervilles did. And again, these both fit the bill really well, and plus they're both white, so they blend in with the ceiling better. Let me turn the lights on for both of them now. All right, and I'll go ahead and turn them off by the switch. And there we go. That is the two 42-inch Hunter low-profile ceiling fans installed here in my sunroom, both of them from the year 2000. I'm very happy to have these fans in here. I did say when I first got that, when my parents first bought the house, that was something I kind of wanted to do. I wanted to put better fans in this room, and I have been able to do that. Again, I know they both wobble a pretty fair amount, but again, at least with this one here, I was way better than when I first put it up. And that one, from the get-go, actually, despite the blades being more mangled on that one, doesn't wobble nearly as much. Didn't wobble nearly as much as this one did. So, but you know, I'm very happy with this choice in terms of fan installations, and they both work very well, and they're both quiet. So I think these are going to be permanent for this space. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, everybody.